If you've ever wanted to try the Kat Von D Lock It Foundation, this is the time. They just released a mini size of the foundation which looks like this, and it retails for $18, which the big size would retail for $35. So I've used this for about a week now. It's been like a struggle. I've been going back and forth testing it out different ways. I have very oily, acne prone skin, so I'm going to tell you how did it work. Is it full coverage? Does it get cakey? Do you get oily? This is my opinion and how it worked for me. I'm just going to tell you everything that I loved and what I didn't. First thing, the shade I have here, I picked it online. So the shade I have here is L43, which if you read online, L43, a fair linen with warm undertones. So the first thing I want to say is that to me, this is like the fairest foundation I have ever bought. Like, this is fair. I picked it myself, so I think I didn't choose the color properly, but I'll show you some pictures of when I wore it. I was taking pictures here and there because I knew I was gonna make this video. In the bottle, you wouldn't think, like if I saw this in the store, I would even think like, oh my god, I think this is maybe too yellow for me. I did go to Sephora today because I picked up a bunch of goodies to do a video, and I asked the girl, I said, you know, I bought it online, but it was too fair, and she actually matched me with another shade. She said, yeah, that one is extremely fair, and she matched me with another color. This one is actually the number 52. For 52, it says, say, neutral medium bisque with neutral undertones. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to put both on my face. On this side, I'm going to put L43, and on this side I'm gonna put 52. So just so you can see the difference, and I'm gonna apply one with a brush and one with a sponge so you see how the application goes. Really quickly, you have to like a full coverage foundation to try this. So I didn't get the big size yet because like I'm not giving up on this foundation, and I'll tell you all the pros and cons for me. So this is a vegan matte foundation with flexible full coverage and extreme long wear. Finish is matte, it's a liquid, and it says it's good for normal, dry combination, and oily skin. I do believe this foundation is oil free, so that's perfect. That's what I usually go for. This is actually very important, this part that I'm going to tell you right now. It says a little goes a long way. One full pump is too much for a full coverage face. Build in pea-sized droplets until you achieve the perfect finish you want. And I do believe that's what I was doing. Like, if you see, this is very thick, and I was putting an amount like this and going like a lot, and I think that's why I might have been having some problems. I'm going to do the sponge like I said. So again, this is L43. I would have thought this was my shade, but maybe it's just me. But to me, compared to my other shades, it's very, very, very light. Like, very full coverage. This is insane. So the one thing I'm gonna say, I am doing this right now, but the one thing I advise is if you have fine lines, any wrinkles, dry spots, do not apply this there or use like an extremely hydrating moisturizer. I can't use anything very heavy because I am oily and I will break out, so I use like gel based. Like right now, the only thing that I put under was this Clinique hydrating gel, so it's the gel, not the lotion. And then for primer, I did use the Hourglass Mineral Veil Oil Free Primer, so it's not adding any oil. So right here, I am doing this to show you, but I have fine lines, and I saw that it looked disgusting. Like, I've never seen my fine lines so bad than when I applied this on my face. So as you see, it was very easy to blend. That's one thing. So this is a lot. As you see, like I said, L43, I would have thought it was my shade, but it looks very, very light. I haven't tried this shade here, 52, so I'm very excited to show you like what is it gonna look like, because I know how hard it is to pick a right shade, and sometimes you have to mix. The best thing would be not to have to mix, so you don't have to spend like in 2 foundations. Also, this foundation comes, I believe, in 30 shades, so that's really good. But let's do this side with the brush, and this is the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. Let's apply this shade 53. So I just put some of that. They tested out in the store, and the store looked fine, but I want to see how it looks now in this lighting. And I have never applied, ooh, Okay, this is very different. I do not like how this feels with the brush at all. Like, the application is going so different. I think I like this shade better. They're both like neutral or yellow undertones. And this is definitely more my color. I feel more comfortable here. Like, when I was wearing it, I did keep looking at myself in the mirror a lot because I had to test it out to know what to tell you for the video. And like, the thing I kept looking at was like, I keep doing my eyes different, like a different eyeshadow, but I still look so pale. Seeing all my other reviews for my foundations, this has to be the palest. Well, that Dermacol one was insanely pale. I mean, if you're this color, then this is L43. I'll tell you why I've struggled so much with this one. Usually when I don't like a foundation, I try like 2 times, 3 times just to make sure it's not the primer I'm using or something. But with this one, I've been struggling because I want to like it so badly, and I will tell you why. First thing I'm going to say, the pros. If you're extremely oily, you've seen some of my videos, I've always said like, oh, no matter what foundation, no matter what product I use, I'll never stay matte more than like 3 hours or something. And with this, I swear to you, I never thought I'd seen the day. Like, this is why, like, I refuse to let it go, even though, like, it does have a lot of cons and things that I just didn't like about it. But, like, I've never stayed matte for so long. And even, like, when I blot it, I always tell you guys that I blot during the day, maybe, like, 15 times, not exaggerating. I just get very oily. Even when I did blot, because I just felt strange, like, not blotting, but like I got a little oily, like here, like in the top of my eyebrows. Nothing compared to all my other foundations, which are all full coverage, all oil free, and it's just insane. So that's a major thing for me, like, that I'm putting something and it looks kind of like how I applied it hours and hours ago. So that's why I don't want to let it go. I still can't commit to buying the big one because, like I said, if you have any dry patches or like wrinkles or anything like that, it's gonna show more. The finish is beautiful. If you love matte, this is matte. That's why it's so hard, like, for like if you have dry skin or anything like that, like moisturize a lot, try it like that. But definitely if you have not tried to stick to the little one, if you can get a sample, do that. I like this shade better, and I would have never picked this shade like on my own. It's definitely full coverage. It did not break me out. I break out so easily. It has not broken me out whatsoever, so that's a huge plus. But here's the cons. The cons is like any fine lines, any dry spots, horrible. Does it look natural? No. Are you going for a natural finish though if you're going full coverage? No. I feel heavy like by the end of the day, a little. Does it feel like tight on my skin? Not at all. Well, maybe because I'm not dry, I'm oily. By the end of the day, I look like bad. It looks bad. It looks cakey. Another major thing is how it applies on my nose. I tried to take some pictures because right now you can't see it. It looks disgusting. I was going to work and I saw it like that and I was like, oh my god, it looked like little dots. Like, it just couldn't give like an even finish, just like settling in all my pores, and I was like freaking out. So what I did, I was like, okay, so I tried to apply some more, like to fill it in, and it just stayed like that no matter how much I applied. What I did was I took some of my Estee Lauder, is the first thing I thought, and I just put some and it looked flawless. So that worked. Maybe because it's not as thick, I don't know what it is. I would feel like embarrassed because it really looks bad after, like, I would say about like 5 hours, but I've never stayed matte that long. You see, it's hard. So I'm gonna keep using this, especially for work, because I don't care that much for work. The scent is not bad at all. I mean, you do smell like foundation a little. It's not like it has a floral scent like the YSL or anything like that. This is a love-hate because you keep me matte, I'm gonna love you. But because you're so matte like that, there's gonna be problems. And like, if you use it for like 2 hours, if you know you're gonna go out for like 1 hour, 2 hours, then that's amazing. You're gonna look your best. My opinion, how it worked on me. Your skin could be completely different. You may use different products. I have used it with 2 different primers because I tried everything. So I used it with this Hourglass one and with this Smashbox. I apply all my other products. It looks great. Everything blended great. But when I decided to go with this one, oh my god, it was disgusting, horrible how like my bronzer was applying. It looked patchy, and I know it wasn't my bronzer because it was the Hoola bronzer, a bronzer that I use always with all my foundations. Combination of that foundation with this photo finish primer. Go ahead and finish this face. So you see how it looks with all the products, and I will insert some photos of before as well so you see how it looks in the daylight. Also, really quickly, the L43 is like the third on the list from the shade, so this is like pretty light. And this one must be like the 10th or something. Okay guys, so now that I have a full face of makeup, I'm gonna give you my final thoughts. So first of all, let's keep in mind that if you see me a little weird, I do have two different colors on. Looking at myself right now, my nose looks horrible. This here looks horrible. I'm going to try to get as close as possible so you could see. I stay matte longer than with any foundation, but maybe because of that, and I do have fine lines. I mean, if you don't have fine lines and you don't have any dryness or anything, then you might love this. This is just my opinion, my skin. But I hate how it looks on my nose. Like, it's literally like separated. It just looks really aging, okay? So I never thought I would say this, but I would prefer to be a little bit oily, a little bit that I could just blot, than looking like this. But try it yourself. Like, this is just my opinion, and I wanted to come review this badly for you because I know this is one that's so hyped, and I mean, it's good, but it's not. I'm still gonna use this, but I think I'm gonna blend it with other foundations, like with my Estee Lauder, to see how it works. But on its own, I would say no, I just can't. A playlist with all my foundation reviews if you guys want to see that. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.